are actually going on the air here. 216thenet.com. It is Tuesday, September 18th. And those of you who are heading back to work, well, I'm told that unemployment is lowering. I think we're back below 9% now on national unemployment. There are a lot of jobs out there, from what I hear, but I think it's a lot of the lower earning roles. But yeah, sometimes a job's a job, and sometimes you got to do what you got to do. Uncle Pete's been there, done that, still does that on occasion, and says, "Hey, yeah, it's just how it rolls when you got to get things done." Uncle Pete in the morning here, 216 the net, 216thenet.com. Hope you're having a happy Tuesday, September 8th. Getting back to work if that's what you're doing after you enjoyed your Labor Day weekend. Labor Day, the day you are to do no labor, but I know a lot of people who actually worked yesterday. Darren Chapman, a truck driver, was out doing over-the-road hauling yesterday. He had to get things there, get things done. Really appreciative of Darren and all the other truck drivers who keep stuff going and rolling. I can only imagine how scary that gets sometimes, let alone these times right now. And of course, 216 The Net was in burning up the airwaves yesterday morning, 7 to noon. We did an open mic. We really appreciate everybody who showed up yesterday. And we're going to keep things going here this morning. Uncle Pete in the morning, 7 to 9, Monday through Thursday. It was effective as of September 1st. And then Fridays, we're still here from 6 to 7 with Mary Catherine's Power Hour playlist for all you hungry metalheads out there. But we're going to go ahead and keep things going with, we're going to start the morning with a little country ham.
I was sitting there with my fork in hand, staring at my lousy ravioli can. She walked right in and said to me, "Is there any way that I can make your day complete?" I told her, "If there's any way you can, could you grease up that old metal roasting pan and bake me a country ham, honey glazed with a side of yams? I leave it in till it's golden brown, pineapples all the way around. I let the sweet smell fill the air. Serve it to me in my underwear. I'm tired of eating imitation spam. Or could you bake me a country ham?" I looked at her with hungry eyes. She asked if I needed ketchup or my curly fries. I held my breath. I could hardly wait for my little slice of heaven on a Dixie plate. I could feel the juices running down my chin as my stomach started singing once again. Could you bake me a country ham, honey glazed with a side of yams? Leave it in till it's golden brown, pineapples all the way around. Let the sweet smell fill the air. Serve it to me in my easy chair. I'm tired of eating imitation spam. Could you bake me a country ham? Could you bake me a country ham, honey glazed with a side of yams. Leave it in till it's golden brown. Pineapples all the way around. Let the sweet smell fill the air. Serve it to me in my underwear. I'm tired of eating imitation spam. Or could you bake me a country ham?
Country ham. Could you bake one? What a way to start the day. Uncle Pete in the morning, 216 the net, 216thenet.com, real life internet radio. Up next, Bartholomew.
Oh my God, please help me knee deep in the river trying to get clean. He says, wash your hands, get out the stains, but you best believe, boy, there's hell to pay. Yeah, you best believe, boy, there's hell to pay. Saying, come on. Oh my God, please help me waist deep in the river. Can you hear my plea? He says, son, you come like a beggar in the street. You might make it, boy, but by the skin of your teeth. Might make it, boy, but by the skin of your teeth. Saying, I rebel with the worst for them, trying love with the Harlequin. So the darkest hearts of men, and that's all myself staring back again, and that's all myself staring back again. Oh my God, please help me neck deep in the river, screaming for relief. He says it's mine to give, but it's yours to choose. You're gonna sink or swim, you're gonna learn the truth. No matter what you do, you're gonna learn the truth. He said, ain't the bread that once the stones, but from a cliff never broke a bone. Bow down to get the king's overthrown, and I'm all alone, and the fire grows, and I'm all alone, and the fire grows.
There you go. What's up next? I don't know. Let's look. Well, somebody asked for it. Somebody's laying in a bed of roses this morning. You asked for it. You got it. Here you go.
Sitting here wasted and wounded with this old piano, trying hard to capture the moment. This morning I don't know, 'cause a bottle of vodka still lodged in my head, and some blonde gave me nightmares. Think that you're still in my bed. As I dream about movies that won't make of me when I'm dead. With an ironclad fist, I wake up, French kiss in the morning. While some marching band keeps its own beat in my head while we're talking about all of the things that I long to believe about love. The truth, you need me, and the truth is, baby, you're all that I need. I wanna lay down in a bed of roses. Oh, tonight I sleep on a bed of nails. Oh, I wanna be just as close as Holy Ghost is. Lay you down on a bed of roses. Well, I'm so far away, step that I take on my way home. King's ransom and dimes I give each night to see through this red phone. Still I run out of time, or it's hard to get through to the blue and white. It's me back to you, I just close my eyes. Listen, baby, my love is true. I wanna lay you down in a bed of roses. For tonight I sleep on a bed of nails. Oh, I wanna be just as close as Holy Ghost is. Lay you down on a bed of roses. Well, this hotel bar's hangover whiskey's gonna try to bar, keep us wasted. And she's giving me the eye. Well, I might have said yeah, but I laughed so hard I think I died. Ooh, yeah. Now as you close your eyes, know I've been thinking about you. While my mistress, she calls me to stand in her spotlight again. Tonight I won't be alone. To know that don't mean I'm not lonely. I got nothing to prove, for it's you that I died to get back. I wanna lay you down in a bed of roses. For tonight I sleep on a bed of nails. I wanna be just as close as your Holy Ghost is. Lay you down. I wanna lay you down in a bed of roses. For tonight I sleep on a bed of nails.
just as close as Holy Ghost is. There you go. Bed of roses.
Well, there you go. That's quite lovely. And it actually, that's not a bad song. I was gonna make fun of it, but it really isn't a bad song. Just not. I don't know. There are songs that you've heard so much, and that's one of them. Where I'm glad somebody asked for it. I'm glad it's your jam, it's your thing, it's whatever you do. But when they come on for me, after hearing them so many times, because they got played over and over and over and over and over, it's almost just kind of an eye roll kind of thing. Like, here we go again. But it's, I don't know. It's not terrible. It's not a horrible song. It's not a horrible tune. But at any rate, here we are, Uncle Pete in the morning. Hope you guys are having a great time. Hope you guys are having a wonderful Tuesday after, being off yesterday for the Labor Day. Of course, we were, technically we weren't really off. We were here in the studio and we were having open mic day. We got to have Bill Hasse stop by and Scott Giles stop by and Lisa Eflin stop by. Of course, both Kent, both Deke and Uncle Pete were here in the studio. And then we actually did get a quick hello from Stephanie and Rich. Steph from Steph's Bookkeeping Services is in the studio the first and third Friday of every month. And she is a host of Ask a Bookkeeper, which is actually a very informative, very interesting show. People are like, yeah, you got a radio show about bookkeeping? Yes, we do. And she's got quite the audience. And every single time she's on, people comment about how much they've just learned. So don't knock it till you've tried it. Check it out. Steph Conley owns Steph's Books, stephsbooks.com. And Ask a Bookkeeper, again, airs on the air on 216 The Net the first and third Friday at 3:30 p.m. of every month. It's a twice monthly show. And everybody else that we have is generally weekly. Generally. Of course, Uncle Pete is here Monday through Friday, Monday to Thursday, 7 to 9. Fridays here, 6 to 7 with Mary Catherine's Power Hour playlist. So you never, ever have a reason to miss Uncle Pete in the morning here 5 days a week. And actually 6 days a week, really. And 7 days this week because we've got, let's see, Saturday morning, usually produced by Kent. We have Metaphysical Meanderings at 9:30. And this week we'll have, old Uncle Pete will be producing since Kent's out of town. And then Sundays, we've got Lisa with Lisa's Changing Perceptions, Sundays at 9. So, we've got live shows streaming at many times throughout the day, 7 days a week. It's fantastic right here in the studio. So that's really cool. Now, if you've got an idea for a live show, or maybe you've got a podcast and you think it's ready for the air, shoot old Uncle Pete a note, Pete at 216thenet.com, or you got just a show idea, same email address, or Kent, K-E-N-T, at 216thenet.com. There's plenty of time. We got 525,600 minutes to fill every single year. We don't have a lot of nighttime shows. We really don't. I think our latest show is Your Home with Bremer and Jones, which streams live every Tuesday at 6 p.m. So today, Tuesday, 6 p.m., you do not want to miss Your Home with Bremer and Jones. I know they've got a special guest that, from what I understand, runs a basketball team. I'm not quite sure. I know it's somebody that does something with basketball, whether they're coaching, whether they own a team, run a team. They do something with basketball. I'm not 100% clear on it, but I guess I'll learn tonight when I'm producing the show. There you go. So we're going to have some fun here in the studio, 6 to 7. And of course, from 5 to 6, you've got the deep dive with Nick Espinoza. Now, Nick isn't live in studio, but the deep dive, he actually pre-records and sends it to us, and we put him in his time slot. 5 to 6 Tuesdays is his brand new show every week. And if you're interested in tech, high tech and deep tech, Nick's the show for you. It's amazing. It's actually a really phenomenal show, but just a good example of the fact that you can produce a fantastic show and not actually have to do it live in the studio here. So again, if you've got ideas, send them to us. They're fantastic. We love them. Now, really quick, we do want to have a few words from the amazing people that allow us to do what we do. And, hey, it's cool. It's wonderful. It's fantastic. You help us. You help them. They
Welcome
help us.
to Gold Shield Services, your Algonquin and Northern Illinois heating, AC, and electrical company. Family owned and operated, built on trust and integrity. Your search for a reliable heating, AC, and electrical company in Algonquin and Northern Illinois is over. Call Gold Shield Services at 847-865-HVAC. 847-865-HVAC, and let us wow you with our service. GoldShieldToday.com.
GoldShieldToday.com. Not tomorrow, but today. And of course, they do the smart home stuff. And as a matter of fact, I don't know today, can you see it? If you're watching on YouTube and or the Facebook live stream at the moment, nah, not on Facebook Live. Can you see it on YouTube? Nah, you can see one of the cords there because I was lazy and did not to button up the cord. And there are Uncle Pete does not really do too much with cords on his desk, and he really should here. But we do have from Gold Shield Services the studio cams. Not the one you're watching me on, but the security cams, and one of them is WonderCam, who I've named, and WonderCam and I play a lot because it's a little robot camera with an eyeball that follows me all over the place and spins around. And again, I really enjoy it. Now, we have the Book of Life here that we've not read from in a while, but we also now have, and I want to take a look inside of this here just to be sure. Yes, this is Funk and Wagnall's new practical standard dictionary of the English language, and produced by Britannica World Language. It is produced by Charles Earl Funk Limited, who is also the editor, Funk and Wagnall's Company, New York. And this was copyright, 1946. So it's not that old. I've got older books here in the studio. Actually, I've got old books that are way, way older than this in the studio, back from the 1800s and such. But someone said, geez, you should just read the dictionary. And I thought, well, should I? Because I've done things like that before. And actually, the reason I have so many dictionaries, little tidbits about Uncle Pete, that you may or may not know, is for many, many, many years as a hobby, just because I enjoy knowing what words mean, one of my hobbies was reading dictionaries. And it's interesting because not every dictionary is exactly the same. It really isn't. Even though words have, the meanings of words don't necessarily change. They do over time, but they're written differently. And, we have A right at the very beginning. A. People say, well, that's a letter. It's not a word. Oh, it is a word. A. I have a book. I have a dictionary. A. The first letter of the English alphabet from Phoenician through the Hebrew, Greek, and Roman. A. Any sound of the letter A in English, it is wow. This writing is small. I'm going to have to get my readers, guys. I did not bring them. It is variously pronounced. Long as in ape, gate, short as in fat, hammer, broad as in arm, art, father, intermediate between short and broad, as in ask, chance, path, moderately long, and dropping into, as in case, bait, beat. Variations like the ah, aw, in all, and haul. In such words, a ball, court, swarm, walk, etc. Obscure, as in unaccented or unaccented. Initial and final, syllables and certain, final, closed, syllables, as in absent, sola, loyal. It is frequently silent after E and O, as in bread, foam, etc. How interesting that we just learned about A right here from the 1946 Britannica World Language Edition of Funkin' Wagnall's New Practical Standard Dictionary. Why, there you go. So Uncle Pete, as someone recommended, just read from the dictionary on the air. Should we do that? Maybe we pick a word of the day. Maybe you guys want to pick a word of the day, and I'll go look it up and see if we can find it in the Funk and Wagnall's World Language Dictionary. I've got both volumes. This is A through O, and let's see. Ooh, gotta stretch. And I have P through Z right here. So both volumes together, they're that thick, huge. So, whoa, I'm gonna fall out my chair. Those are heavy books too. So there you go. All right, enough of Uncle Pete reading the dictionary. We're gonna get back to the tunes you asked for here. And maybe we'll do a word of the day here on Uncle Pete in the morning. I don't know. What do you think? You want to? So far this morning, we've had a country ham from Cletus Judd. We had Bartholomew from the Silent Comedy and a Bed of Roses from Bon Jovi. Next up, we got Blossom from Candlebox. Here you go.
Let still wash your face, pale on misty white, color found your eyes seemed ever changing in my mind. Oh, colors bleed to red as I kiss your face. Want to tell you I love you every day, yeah. As we grow. See, I know now, yes, I know now, it's all on my own. I know now. Can you feel my pain as you walk on by? Will you tell me you need me every time? Yeah, all alone. See, I'll show you things never seen before, for you're not to untangle on your own, no. Oh, yes, I know now, yes, I know now, it's all on my own. Yes, I know now, I want you to go. Yes, I know now, it's all. You blossom every day, yeah, 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 yeah. And I know now, yes, I know now, it's all on my own. As you blossom every day.
slipping from my hand. Yes, I know now. Yes, I know now. It's all on my own. As you blossom every day. And I know now. Yes, I know now. It's all on my own. As you blossom every day. Now I know, yes I know now it's all on my own. As you blossom every day.
Well, I have a feeling that the entire segment I did just before that song was not listened to by anyone, as I realized the mute button was down on the mic from running the prior tunes and commercials. So I will probably just go back and delete that part. And thanks for anybody who hung in and just stared at my mouth moving. Oh my Lord, that was goofy. So for your enjoyment, I had read from the dictionary. We started with the letter A, not just a letter, but an actual word, which is in the dictionary. And I held it up to the camera for the YouTube Live and Facebook folks. I don't know that I even want to do it again, frankly, but because the mic was muted. So that means there was dead air on the 216 to net for probably a good 3-4 minutes. Let's see. Are we still even streaming? Because usually dead air like that. Yeah, no, we're still streaming. Usually dead air for a certain amount of time will cut the live stream feed, and the robot, our station robot, will take over and say, hey, it's dead air. You got to have something on here and do something about it. Hey, well, hopefully you enjoyed the tune, because at least and the words from our amazing, wonderful sponsors and advertisers, as you would. And we do want to pick one up here real quick. Those weren't muted. So, hey.
Hi, it's Mike with Mike and Fran Unrehearsed on 216 The Net, Wednesdays at noon. We don't get out much, especially with COVID-19. We call 1-800-MD, day or night, for our health questions or concerns. And simple prescriptions, too. For less than $10 a month, text 1-800-MD to 847-903-8061 for more info. That's 847-903-8061. And we'll see you next Wednesday at noon.
You sure will, which is tomorrow. Mike and Fran Unrehearsed every Wednesday at noon. Fran is actually Mike's mom. They sit around and have a conversation for a half hour, noon to 12:30, and basically just answer and respond to listener comments and questions or whatever happens to be on their mind. Fran is 93 years old, coming up on 94, and she just shares her lifetime of knowledge and wisdom, and frankly, whatever happens to come out of her mouth, because like many people who hit that age, there is little to no filter left between what gets thought up here and comes out your mouth, which makes for, well, it's actually really incredibly funny, but she's an incredibly sharp lady. She has all her faculties about her. Mike and Fran actually, despite his message, they do go out frequently where they need to go run errands. She's out and about with him, walking around, and she's as spry probably as she was 20, 30 years ago, and still going strong. So we're thrilled to have Mike and Fran Unrehearsed every Wednesdays at noon right here on 216 The Net. And actually, we want to thank Tom Sellers for the following spot. Tom, of course, is the one of the hosts of Not Done Yet that airs every Tuesday at noon here on 216 The Net. And Tom did a spot just for the station. Thank you, Tom.
Hey, business owners, have you heard? There's a new station in town, and they've been changing the way radio's heard. Not the same old predictable news and talk. No more of the same boring songs over and over. And people are listening. Almost 2 million of them in this market. While our listeners are tuning in for their daily dose of inspiration, why shouldn't they hear about your company? Perhaps 2 million sets of ears for literally pennies a day makes sense for your marketing.
It does completely, Tom, and thanks for saying that. And you can actually give a call. Reach out to Kent or Pete, 815-861-0294. You're likely to get Kent first at that number, 815-861-0294. And Kent can help you with the explanation of how you can reach our nearly 2 million listeners, so long as Uncle Pete hasn't muted the mic on himself in the morning. Again, only my mic was muted, so it was just me reading the letter A definition from the new Funkin' Wagnalls dictionary from 1946, because that's the one I picked up, and I actually have quite a few books here in the studio that are even way out there from the 1800s, and maybe we'll read from those. We do have The Meaning of Life, which I have not read from in a while here, folks. Should we go ahead and kick up on that, since I royally messed up? I think it was last week when we read from The Meaning of Life. And, this has been interesting in that I know that it was written for little kids. This actually was given to us by grandparents of the kids way when they were wee little small. And it was I think, with the purpose of kind of maybe, just giving them some thought-provoking ideas. We worked really hard on challenging our kids to always question everything. Always question everything. And that is, to me, that is pretty important. Questioning anything and everything that makes you go, or why. If you have an internal why, ask about it, figure it out, think about that, give that some thought. I think it's a good idea to do that. And last week we had ended on, when we last read, we ended on the horse and the Chihuahua. And the horse had said, so we'll have a little recap here. And I'll show you real quick. Of course, again, we're reading now from The Meaning of Life. Since I really messed up the dictionary thing, well, maybe we'll do the word of the day starting tomorrow with an open mic. yeah. But there we go. The Meaning of Life, and that, of course, is by Bradley Trevor Grieve. And I don't know if this is still in print or not. I discovered I'd had this in my basement. Wow, for perhaps at least the last 17 years. And the horse, right here at the beginning, we'll start with that one right there. There's the horse here, and it's not the beginning. We're on page 52 of The Meaning of Life. So many of us start off dreaming about a wonderful life that is wild and free. And then the Chihuahua, who's hard at work, just like Uncle Pete this morning, pencil in hand and spreadsheets on the desk there, says, but that's usually a long way from where we actually end up. And Mr. Turtle says, or Miss Turtle, it could be either. Could be, I don't, maybe I shouldn't assume the gender of the turtle, but there you go. The turtle says, sadly, we often discover this fact right at the end, when it's too late and you can't start over again. Not so much. And then the hippo, right there, the hippo says, and for those of you listening on the air, just showing pictures of each one of these on the page there, the hippo says, and let me tell you, there are some awfully bad feelings in this world, like bubbles in the bath of guilt. Like bubbles in the bath of guilt. Guilt. And the penguin sadly looking down at the floor says, or the pungent foot odor in the shoe store of embarrassment. The pungent odor in the shoe store of embarrassment. I can tell you that's actually one of the embarrassment thing I didn't get. And I've been told that throughout my life, and even my wife. It's very, very difficult for me to experience embarrassment, and I'm not sure why that is. It just doesn't come. It's extremely rare for me to feel that. And then Mr. Walrus says, and I can't believe that I did that on the first date. Anxiety. Mr. Walrus is experiencing anxiety, or Miss Walrus again. I don't know the gender of the animals. That's just what comes out of my mouth. I apologize if I am upsetting someone by assuming the genders of the animals there, but I don't think any of this matters what gender you are. It's just what happens. Embarrassment, anxiety, guilt. Oh, and then you got a little puppy here, right there, who says, but all of the awful feelings that make you feel sick to your stomach, of all of them, nothing feels half as bad knowing you had a chance to do what you truly love and you didn't take it. I'm going to read that again. This is important to me. But of all the awful feelings that make you feel sick to your stomach, nothing feels half as bad as knowing that you had a chance to do what you truly love and you didn't take it. That would have been me if I had passed on joining the company that owns 216 The Net and getting in front of a mic. I love this. I absolutely adore what I get to do. And many of you, you love music? No. Even though I do a music show, your requests every morning, Uncle Pete in the morning, music is not a big part of my life, actually. It's been in my life. I can play a few instruments. I've even sang in choirs. I actually, once upon a time, was in a choir that was on the radio every Sunday morning, way back in the Kansas City, Lee Summit, Missouri area. And did that as a kid, as a youth, and was on the radio then with that choir every Sunday morning. If there is something that you truly believe you would love to do, you'd love to do it, even if it doesn't get you paid. 216 The Net is now officially 3 years old. It's we didn't walk into this making loads of money. Absolutely not at all. So now we're looking at the padlock and the key. Padlock and the key right here. So what is your life's passion? What were you put on this earth to do? The answer to these questions will unlock the great mystery of life. It's as big as they come. The great mystery of life is figuring out what is your passion, your life's passion, and what were you put on this earth to do. Really, there's only one person that can figure that out, and that's you. And that takes time. It's not easy, folks, but it starts just by asking yourself those questions. And here's an easier way to unlock the answer to those questions. And that is, as soon as you ask that, so what is my life's passion? What was I put here on this earth to do? Follow that up with, and this is not in the book. This is something I learned elsewhere. I wish at the moment I could remember where I learned this. It escapes me. Ask yourself, if I knew the answer, what would it be? If I knew the answer, what would it be? And you can do that with any question that you come across in life. If I knew the answer, what would it be? That actually gives your brain permission to just open up and think about the answer for yourself. It's a weird little mental trick. It's a weird little psychological trick, but it works. It's bizarre, but it works. I think we're going to stop right there. That's page 59. So we'll read a little bit tomorrow starting on page 60 of The Meaning of Life here. So again, ask yourself, what is your life's passion? What were you put on this earth to do? And again, maybe follow that up with, if I knew the answer, what would it be? And you might be surprised at what you come up with. So we're going to go ahead and I'm going to stop yakking and cracking now. And we're going to go get back to the tunes that you actually wanted to hear here on Uncle Pete in the Morning. The stuff you asked for, the stuff that you sent in and said, hey, this is what we want you to play. And we did actually just finish up with Blossom from Candlebox. And now we're going to have the good old boys of Cheech and Chong talk about being born in East LA. Here you go.
Took a walk to the corner store just to buy a loaf of bread and a box of s'mores. I pulled a guy in a yellow van, shining gold badge flashing in his hand. He said,
all right, all you mojados down here, I want y'all to hit the floor. I got one thing to ask you and nothing more. So answer in English, if you can. Where were you born, man?
huh? Where was I born?
That's right, I said, where were you born?
Hey, you one of those dudes that do horoscopes, man? Hey, I'm a Cancer with a bad moon
Right
rising.
here, El Fago, watch my lips. Where were you born?
I was born in East LA, man. I was born in East LA.
Oh yeah, you're born in East LA. Well, let's see your green card, huh?
Green card? I'm from East LA.
All right, well then who's president of the United States?
Oh, that's easy, man. That guy that used to be on Death Valley Days, John Wayne.
All right, let's go. Come on.
Next thing I know, I'm in a foreign land. People talking so fast I couldn't understand. There was nobody there to lend a helping hand. I was cold, it was down where is a burger stand. I want to go back to East LA. I wish I was back in East LA. I don't belong here in downtown DJ, 'cause I was born in East LA. I crawled under barbed wire, swam across the stream, rode in 6 different trucks, packed like a sardine. Walked all day in the burning sun. Now I know what it's like to be born to run. Up ahead was the promised land, shining like a star just beyond my hand. All I could see was a golden glow. I looked up, a sign said 5 zillion sold, and I was back in East LA. Yes, I was back in East LA. You know I'm never gonna stay, 'cause I was born in East LA. Orale! I'm alone, I don't paso from out East LA. Cuídate. East LA. East LA. This ain't no Datsun, it's a Chevrolet. You know it. What I say? East LA. Soho Street. We love it. Brooklyn Avenue. We love it. City Terrace. We love it. Belton.
Hey, Ted. Good morning. How are you? How was your weekend? I'm glad you can hear me then. I had actually muted the mic for a while there, but hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing good. As always, whenever you're ready, shoot me a note. Pete at 216thenet.com. You got my email address. Hope your weekend was good. Again, yeah, mine. It was good. It was. We had a lot to do, and we were actually running an open mic here in the studio yesterday from 7 to noon on the holiday. Actually, had a lot of fun. Born in East LA. Cheech and Chong, a little something for you. East LA. There you go. Next up is you guys keep asking for this one.
Ship sailed into harbor after 15 months.
And Mary Catherine keeps sneaking it in. This one cracks her up.
Crew of 53. After drinking up their pay, they staggered through the town. But all the inns and public houses turned the sailors down. The captain said, "Fear not, me lads, you all can come with me. I live just round the corner, and you all can stay for free." But when the captain's wife awoke upon the break of day, they say that you could hear her wailing clear to Botany Bay. Arr. Arr. She said there's semen all around the bed and semen on the floor, semen in the bathroom and behind the closet door. There's semen in the fireplace and semen in the hall. The living room is carpeted with semen wall to wall. There's semen in the entryway and semen on the stair. And worst of all, there's even semen in me underwear. There's some behind the larder and beneath the table too. I do believe your semen got into me Irish stew. There's semen here in front of me and semen in the rear. My God, there's even semen hanging from the chandelier. There's semen on the windowsill and semen in the yard. The semen even left a stain upon the St. Bernard. Although I am a patient wife, 'tis more than I can bear to wake up in the morning with your semen in my hair. I ne'er again do wish to see thee darken up my door. So clean up all your semen and come round my way no more. So clean up all your semen and come round my way no more.
There you go. That was The Captain's Wife's Lament by Paul and Storm. This is Seether with Broken. And while they're talking about being broken, I'm going to go get a fresh cup of coffee.
I wanted you to know that I love the way you laugh. I want to hold you high and steal your pen away. I keep your photograph, and I know it serves me well. I want to hold you high and steal your pen, because I'm broken when I'm lonesome, and I don't feel right when you're gone away. You've gone away, you don't feel me here anymore. 'Cause I'm gone away. You don't feel me You gotta keep them separated.
Like the latest fashion, like the spread of disease. Keep yourself in on the way to the classroom. Getting weapons with the greatest of ease. They can't say gather up, gather slow down. They catch us slapping and it's all of a pound. And one guy's gonna and the other's told me they're gonna bash it up, bash it up, bash it up, bash it up. Hey, a man, you're talking back to me.
You gotta keep them separated.
Hey, a man, you're disrespecting me.
You gotta keep them separated.
Hey, don't mind. You're under 18, you won't be doing it. Hey, come on and play. By the time you hear the siren, it's already too late. One goes to the morgue and the other in jail. One guy's twisted and the other's a waste. It goes out of sight of 1,000 before. No one's getting smarter, no one's running the store. Never is free of death and violence and hate. It's gonna tie a rope, tie a rope, tie a rope. Hey, man, you disrespecting me.
You gotta keep them separated.
Hey!
Hey, Ted, thanks for saying so, but it's actually thanks to everybody who keeps sending in their requests. There's stuff you want to hear, genres, artists, bands, titles. Shoot me a note, Pete at 216thenet.com. This is all the stuff people want to hear. We're not a genre station, as you can tell. We just play what you ask for. So long as it's under our ASCAP license, we're good to go. We'll plop it on the air and have a good time. And there you go. So But thanks for staying with me. A great variety of music. Mary Catherine, of course, is the list master for Uncle Pete in the Morning, and she compiles all the lists Monday through Thursday based on requests, and then her own list every Friday morning, 6 to 7 for Mary Catherine's Power Hour playlist. All here on Uncle Pete in the Morning, 216 the net, 216thenet.com. Anyway, Ted, thank you. There you go. That was keeping them separated, of course. Well, that's actually not what that's called. Talking about variety. It's not what you think.
I'm sailing away.
Unless you were expecting that.
Set an open course for the virgin sea. 'Cause I've got to be free. Free to face the light
You are.
that's ahead of me.
Only you, Ted.
I'm bird, I'm the captain. So claim it be.
I'm pretty sure we played this one before.
Mary, on every ship I would pray, oh Lord, I'll try to carry. I look to the sea, reflections in the waves spark my memory. Some happy, some sad. I think of childhood friends and the dreams we had. We lived happily forever, so the story goes. But somehow we missed out on the part of girl that we tried best that we can to carry on. A gathering of angels appear above my head. Sing to me this song of hope, and this is what they do. Come sail away, come sail away, come sail away with me. Yes, come sail away, come sail away, come sail away with me. Come sail away, come sail away, come sail away with me. Yes, come sail away, come sail away, come sail away with me. I thought that they were angels, but you misread. They climbed aboard their starship and headed for the north. They said, come sail away, come sail away, come sail away with me. Yes, come sail away, come sail away, come sail away with me. Everybody now, come sail away, come sail away, come sail away with me. You got to come sail away, come sail away, come sail away with me.
Make it fucking now.
Hey, scoot on my song. Hey, what's going on?
Come sail away, come sail away with me.
again. Rocket, come sail away, come sail away, come sail away with me. You got, come sail away, come sail away, come sail away with me. You got, come sail away, come sail
Let's welcome Master P.
No, of course, we know this is not Master P. This is actually Skid Row. I remember.
Woke up to the sound of pouring rain. The wind would whisper, and I think of you. And all the tears you cried that call my name. And when you left me, I came through. Paint a picture of the days gone by. When love went blind and you would make me see, I'd stare a lifetime into your eyes, so that I knew that you were there for me. But time after time, you were there for me. Remember yesterday, walking hand in hand, and now that I see the same time, until sleepless nights, through every endless day, I wanna be safe. I remember you. We spent the summer with the top rope down. Wished ever after would be like this. You said I love you, babe, without a sound. I said I give my life for just one kiss. I live for your smile and die for your kiss. Remember yesterday, walking hand in hand, and I see you stay. To every endless day, I wanna be safe. I remember you. We said our share of our times, but that's the price we paid. And through it all, we kept the promise that we made. Well, I'll swing you down the field of we woke up to the sound of pouring rain. Washed away, I dreamed of you, but nothing else could ever take you away. 'Cause you'll always be my dream come true. Woman, I live, remember yesterday, walking hand in hand, not that I see myself. I remember you through the sleepless nights, through every endless day. I wanna be safe. I remember you. Remember yesterday, walking hand in hand. what he said. I remember.
I remember you, Skid Row. Up next is a little Tom Petty from 1989, and he's not backing down. No way, not backing down, not today.
Well, I won't back down. No, I won't back down. You can stand me up at the gates of hell, but I won't back down. No, I stand my ground. Won't be turned around. And I'll keep this world from dragging me down. Gonna stand my ground. And I won't back down. I won't back down. Hey, baby. There ain't no easy way out. I won't back down. Stand my ground. And I won't back down. Well, I know what's right. I got just one line. In a world that keeps on pushing me around, but I'll stand my ground. And I won't back down. I won't back down, baby. There ain't no easy way out. I won't back down. We'll stand my ground. And I won't back down. Stand my ground, and I won't back down. No, I won't back down.
I guess this time you're I heard your suitcase say goodbye. Realize my broken heart lies bleeding. You say true love, it's suicide. You say you cried 1,000 rivers, and now you're swimming for the shore. You left me drowning in my tears, and for you. Words can't say what love can do. I'll be there for you. I know you know we've had some good times. Now they have their own hiding place. Well, I can't promise you tomorrow, but I can't buy back yesterday. Yeah, baby, you know my hands are dirty. But I want it to be about it time. I'll be the water when you get thirsty, baby. When you get drunk, I'll be the wine. I'll be there for you. These 5 words I swear to you. When you breathe, I wanna be the air for you. I'll be there for you. I live and I die for you. I feel the sun from the sky for you. Words can't say what love can do. I'll be there for you. I want to know where you are. And I want to know where you are down. Just me to miss your birthday, baby. I wish I'd see you blow those candles out. I'll be there for you. These 5 words I swear to you. When you breathe, I wanna be the air for you. I'll be there for you. I live and I die for you. I feel the sun from the sky for you. Words can't say what love can do. I'll be there for. I'll be there for you. These 5 words I swear to you. When you breathe, I wanna be the air for you. I'll be there for you. I live and I die for you. Still the sun from the sky for you. Words can't say what love can do. I'll be there for you.
All right, folks. Thanks for hanging out here on the YouTube live stream. And of course, we're going to keep the tunes rolling on 216thenet.com through 9 o'clock this morning because it's what you've asked for, your tunes, your stuff. But we've got some folks here in the studio that Uncle Pete needs to sit down and talk to here real quick. And let's keep our fingers crossed. This might be about a brand new show here coming to 216 the net. And you never know. If you've got a show idea, shoot me a note, 216thenet@gmail.com or Pete at 216thenet.com. Even if you've got an existing podcast and just want a brand new audience or boost your audience, remember 216thenet.com. Real life internet radio has nearly 2 million listeners, 1.8 at the moment, shooting for 2 million by the end of the year. And that is absolutely amazing. We'll catch y'all tomorrow morning, 7 a.m. here on the YouTube live stream. Meanwhile, everybody else, we're going to go ahead and keep things rolling.